We're tackling common questions by first-time homebuyers, and there is no one better to do this with than Krista Hartmann. She is one of the top 25 RE/MAX agents in the St. Louis region in 2017. Krista, thanks for being on with us.
Thank you so much, Jen. I'm really excited to be here.
So I know that you work with all different kinds of buyers, but you're incredibly passionate about first-time home buyers. Why is that?
That's correct. And like you said, I do love working with all my buyers and sellers, but I do have a passion for working with first-time home buyers simply because it's their first time. It is a major purchase in their life, and I get the privilege of leading them and guiding them and helping them through that process.
What are some of the common questions that you get asked by these first-time buyers?
Well, of course, the first question is always about a particular house or, when can we go see it? And I definitely, listen to them and talk to them about that. But one question I get asked a lot is, what is that first-time home buyer's loan that everyone's talking about?
The first-time home buyer's loan. So tell me a little bit about that. Is there such a thing, or are there many different options?
Yeah, there are different options, but the first-time homebuyer's loan typically is your FHA loan because it is a lower down payment, and that's what a lot of first-time homebuyers are looking for. But with that FHA loan, they can also apply for down payment assistance, which of course I refer them to an awesome lender for more information on that.
What about inspections? How do you find your first-time homebuyers are reacting when it comes up to inspection time? Do they kind of freak out, panic a little bit more? Do you prep them?
Yes, definitely. We talk about that. And, it depends on the house whether they freak out or not. But the first thing that I always let them know is that they are responsible for paying for those inspections. So I let them know it's going to be $500 to $1,000 that they're going to need to be prepared to pay up front for those inspections.
Do you ever have any pushback from some of these first-time buyers? Do they ever really get cold feet kind of in the middle of this process? Or do you really work on setting them up for their expectations kind of right in the beginning?
Great question. Yeah, I tried my very best to give them all the information they need up front. And I've only had a couple times where I've had a buyer just, really get freaked out or become fearful of the whole process. And then we, of course, work through that. But typically, they're prepared. We've looked at properties that they like. We've looked at, all the different scenarios. And then we go for it and we make it happen.
Let's talk a little bit about multiple bid situations. What happens in those circumstances? And what do you encourage your clients to do?
Well, that has been happening a lot here, I know, and all across the United States. But I've seen several multiple bid situations already this year. And my best advice for my clients is to just give them all the information and let them know ahead of time that this could be happening to them, especially if they're looking in a location where multiple bids are happening daily. So it's just a whole process we walk through.
This is a real testament to you about the dedication to your craft, that you want to help these first-time buyers, because I feel like maybe a lot of agents might want to steer away from that a little bit. I feel like maybe they're a little bit more high maintenance. Has that been your experience?
Sometimes, but I think, again, the more information I can provide them up front and letting them be prepared for the process, the better that the whole situation and the whole experience goes.
Do you find that first-time homebuyers want to look at more properties than maybe a more seasoned buyer would?
That is another very good question, and I would say it really depends on the person, because I've been to multiple properties with seasoned buyers, and I've also been to multiple properties with first-time home buyers. And then on the other hand, there's situations where we go see one or two and it's the perfect house and we move forward.
Love when that happens, don't you?
Love it, yes, for all of us.
Yes, exactly. Is there anything else that we need to know for first-time home buyers out there? Anything that you wish you had known when you were a first-time buyer?
Yeah, one thing that has been more and more prominent in the past few years is that we recommend, most agents, a lot of agents recommend buyers get a survey. And that is really to protect them in the future. It's not a, sexy thing that we're going to do today, but in the future, it could help them and make sure that they do not get into a situation where they're spending thousands and thousands of dollars years down the road because they didn't get a survey.
Yeah,
so we just
absolutely.
want to make sure that they don't have those encroachments and problems with the property.
Definitely. Well, we've been talking this whole time about first-time home buyers, and I know that you have a listing that is in the perfect price point for a first-time home buyer. Tell me a little bit about this property.
Yeah, thanks for asking. The property is a brand new listing. It's in Baldwin, Missouri, and it's under $150,000. So it's a great first-time homebuyer property, and I'd be so happy to send that listing off to anybody that's interested. They can contact me from my website.
Yes, absolutely. I would encourage anyone that is in the area looking for real estate or looking to sell real estate to definitely look you up. You are filled with so much knowledge. It's no wonder that you're a top producer, one of the best in the business in your area. Thank you so much for being on with us today, Krista.
Jen.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And if you have any other questions, check us out online at AmericanDreamNetwork.tv. We'll be right back with more of the American Dream.